I couldn't believe this until I read it in the notes, but this is your first official horror movie, Zach. So I was just making me wonder, have you ever considered doing a horror movie before? And if you have, what is it about this Firestarter movie that made it different to you and worth committing to?
I love the genre. I've always wanted to do one. But I think there were several cool elements. I mean, this is Stephen King, but then also Keith Thomas, the director, he did a great film called The Vigil that I saw several years ago, and I've just been a fan of his ever since. And I thought this was a really, really great story. It's the inception of kind of a superhero coming into her own. And
I just want to say you were amazing in it.
Thank you. You too. We crushed it. It was pretty cool. She was a great first daughter for me to have. It was awesome.
Even with all your experience, it does make me wonder, is there anything about what it takes to tell a horror story that kind of surprised you and maybe even gave you, I guess, like a new tool in your acting toolkit, so to speak, that you could apply if you do future horror movies?
You know, there's this quality that once again Keith was able to sort of bring to the material, and that is this kind of really grounded element, but at the core of it, this is a story about family and about kind of growing up and the challenges of growing up, and I always gravitate towards those real emotions, our real human experience. So I don't know, all these sort of supernatural horror elements were kind of an afterthought when you really are just a guy trying to protect your daughter, or daughter trying to protect your dad.
Yeah, I mean, two best things coming together, you know. You have the superpower and also the family basis. And
Right.
'Tis fair points. It's the family that's the core of this story, and it's always been why it is one of my favorite Stephen King stories. But I'm also genre obsessed, so I'm going to keep harping on that. Ryan, you're in a different situation here where you do know a thing or two about working on horror projects. So is there anything you learned while making, things like It Chapter 2 or American Horror Story that you were able to use on Firestarter?
it's so strange. Horror has just kind of always followed me. I don't know. It always has. But Firestarter, although, is different than any other horror to me, from what I find. And because it's not only is it horror, but it's also this family, like we were talking about. Not only that, it's about family, bottom line, and that's something you don't see in horror often. And that's why I feel like people need to watch this, because it's not only horror, but it's also about family, two best things coming together. So it's so different and unique from any other horror.
And we avoided clows.
Oh my gosh.
We don't have any scary clowns.
I'm now so terrified from clowns. But
I thought you might be scarred from that. I was. That movie got me.
Well, now you're making me glad that I didn't put a Pennywise somewhere behind me, because they're lurking around this room somewhere.
I feel like they sneak up on you. They might just
my gosh,
sneak up on us.
All right, to wrap up here, Ryan, I wanted to ask you about your experience working with Zac. Is there anything you saw him do on set while making Firestarter that maybe made you think, I like that idea or that technique and I want to try it on my next movie?
Well, you know what? He was very, very giving and very present and very real in the moment. And it's amazing to work off of someone that's doing that. And it's honestly very fascinating to watch on set or even on the movie.
I don't know how, it's crazy. You're so young and so professional. You're so talented. I got that same vibe from you. You made me go like, oh, I need to get on my game.
Oh, you did the same to me, so I guess it just worked out for the better.
Good. All right, it did.
Yeah.
You too, my heart. I love it. Big congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.